quiet, misty night in Boston, two men dressed as police officers strolled up to the doors of the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. Within minutes, these men would go on to orchestrate the largest unsolved art theft in history, stealing 13 priceless works of art. 30 years later, the mystery still haunts investigators, art lovers, and the museum itself. Isabella Stewart Gardner was no ordinary woman. Born into wealth, she had a keen eye for beauty and a passion for collecting art that reflected her unique and visionary taste. She founded the museum not only as a sanctuary for art, but also as a personal legacy, a place where beauty, culture, and history could blend. The collection included some of the most sought-after pieces in the world, like Rembrandt's only known seascape, Storm on the Sea of Galilee, and Vermeer's The Concert, one of only 34 known works by the Dutch master. Gardner's collection was an irreplaceable masterpiece of human creativity, reflecting diverse artists, cultures, and time periods. But Isabella wanted more than just art. She wanted her legacy to be preserved exactly as she had arranged it, so much so that her will decreed nothing could be altered. The result was a museum forever frozen in time, a quiet echo of Gardner's world, her vision, her passion. It was the early hours of March 18th, 1990. St. Patrick's Day celebrations had wrapped up, and the city was quiet. At around 1:24 a.m., two men dressed as police officers approached the museum's side entrance. They rang the buzzer, claiming they were responding to a disturbance. The guards on duty that night were young and inexperienced. Although museum policy stated they should have called the police, they decided to let the officers inside. The moment they did, the two men sprang into action. They handcuffed the guards, marched them to the basement, and duct-taped their eyes and mouths shut, leaving them helpless. The thieves then moved through the museum with a chilling precision, cutting the paintings from their frames, and even smashing certain pieces to avoid the inconvenience of removing them whole. In total, they stole 13 pieces, valued at over $500 million. One of the stolen pieces, Manet's Chez Tortoni, was small enough to slip under a coat. The thieves seemed to understand both the museum's layout and the pieces themselves, taking works that would fetch the highest price on the black market. After spending 81 minutes inside, they vanished without a trace. When the museum staff arrived later that morning, the scene was devastating. Masterpieces were missing, and in their place were empty frames, a silent witness to the theft. The museum went into a state of shock and mourning. The FBI quickly launched an investigation, and the museum offered a reward of $10 million for information leading to the recovery of the art. But the investigation hit a wall almost immediately. Despite extensive interviews, the FBI had no significant leads. Media outlets covered the heist extensively, speculating on the culprits and potential motives. Was it an inside job? Or perhaps an international art syndicate at play? Theories swirled, but solid evidence was scarce. As months turned to years, various theories emerged. One prominent theory involved the Boston mob. It was believed that the heist could have been organized by organized crime figures with deep connections in the art underworld. Several notorious criminals were brought in for questioning, including the infamous mobster Carmine the Big Cheese Romano, but no one was ever charged. 13. Another theory speculated that the thieves were acting on commission for a private collector, someone wealthy enough to buy and hide the stolen art. According to this theory, the art could still be intact, concealed in a secret gallery or vault. But there's also a darker possibility that the art was destroyed to eliminate evidence. Some experts believe the pieces may have been burned or buried, forever lost to the world. 14. Despite the theories, the investigation has remained stagnant. The FBI continues to receive tips, and the museum holds out hope that the art will resurface. Yet, as each year passes, the chance of recovery seems to diminish. 15. To this day, the empty frames hang on the museum walls, a silent protest and a reminder of what was lost. They serve as a haunting tribute to the masterpieces that once graced those halls, and a mystery that captivates the imagination. 16. In 2021, the FBI renewed its appeal for information, with a staggering $10 million reward still on the table, they released an updated age progression of possible suspects, urging anyone with information to come forward. But the passage of time only deepens the mystery. Will the art ever resurface? Or has it become a permanent part of the shadows, forever out of reach? The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum heist has not only become an iconic unsolved crime, but also a reflection on the fragility of human history, beauty, and memory. In the world of art and crime, few mysteries remain as powerful as this one. The Gardner heist serves as a haunting reminder that beauty, once lost, may never return, and so the world waits, hoping that someday, somewhere, a piece of art will find its way back home. If you're fascinated by mysteries and true crime stories like this, be sure to subscribe to Crime Chronicles for more stories that dive into the heart of history's darkest heists and unsolved crimes.